Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome along to Lyle Peacock Field here in downtown Toronto. It's round 4 of the Newcastle District competition, and it's a massive clash here this afternoon. Macquarie taking on Western Suburbs. At the start of the year, I thought these sides may well be in the grand final. A long way to go, but this could be a rematch, or I should say, a matchup come later in September, according to a lot of better judges than myself here. So we've just seen reserve grade take place, and we're just about to rumble for first grade here this afternoon. There's a few changes to the Macquarie Scorpions side. We'll go through them right now. At fullback is Mitch Manson. Number 5 is David Wood. He was in the program in jersey number 2, but he is now being told to play in jersey number 5. Nathan Cantor will go to 3. Royce Jeffrey in 4. Now, there's no Ryan Pywell for the Macquarie Scorpions this afternoon, and there's also no Scotty Briggs. Nathan Hinton will go into the side for them. Andrew Sumner will go to 7. Matt Jeffrey will go to 8. Chris Hyde in 9. Isaac Briggs in 10. Randall Briggs in 11. Simon Allen in 12. And Blake Gallen will lock the scrum in jersey number 13. We should also mention, as I said, no Ryan Pywell. So what that means for the Macquarie Scorpions is it gives an opportunity for Teeson Varvieli to come into the squad, and he'll be in jersey number 2. The interchange bench for the Scorpions looks this way. Jordan Noble, Brad Russell, Ty Alchin, and Hayne Rapati. As we see the home side now coming out onto the field here. It's Old Boys Day here at Macquarie. And all the old boys taking our coverage from around the state that can't be here today. We say welcome to you guys as well. But a huge crowd of old boys down amongst the tent down here on the George Caesar Hayne Hill. They're really enjoying their time out here in the sun. So for the Western Suburbs Rosellas, they look this way in round 4 of the Newcastle Tooheys Cup. Callan Richardson at the back. We have on the wings Daniel Stewart and also Luke Poolman. 3 and 4 is Brad Ty and Simon Williams. Mark Tafua in 8 is scratched. Ryan Walker will captain the side today in jersey number 6, alongside number 7 in Sam Keenan. Back rowers of Baker, Mannion, Stone and Shillings. On the interchange bench we have Chris Knight, Chad Redmond, Luke Single playing his first ever first grade game in his 3rd year at the club, but his first grade fixture here this afternoon against the Macquarie Scorpions. And number 17 will be Matt Herman and Ryan Petro in jersey number 20. So we're just going to observe a minute silence here before we get underway here this afternoon. As I mentioned, round 4 of the Newcastle Tooheys Cup. Our referee is John Taylor. Touch judges are Dylan Clark and Brendan Callender. But right now, let's pause for the minute silence. So there's the bench for the Macquarie Scorpions as we get ready for the coin toss in the middle of the field, taking place with Gallen and Walker, who is the captain, the standing captain this afternoon for Mark Tafua. Well, we've had a few late scratchings in the commentary box. Tom Taylor couldn't be with us at the 11th hour, along with Josh Nielsen, who's also full up with the flu, we understand. So they both send their apologies. So Western Suburbs to kick off. They'll be running left to right on the screen. And we're underway. Saturday afternoon football for the first time in 2017 right here on Bar TV Sports. As the cameras take us right into the action. And they're dropped down there just outside their own 20-metre line. That was Simon Allen. They come out to the right-hand side of the field. That's Randall Briggs. So first set of 6 here in round 4 of the Newcastle Rugby League. Hit us up on Twitter, hashtag Bar TV Sports. This is Chris Hyde. Runs straight into Simon Williams. So they've got through their first set of 6 here. Last tackle. Back to Randall Briggs. Puts in a kick downfield. Straight down to Callan Richardson, who gives it away to one of his teammates in support. Of course, that is Luke Poolman. Luke Poolman in for Tim Holman in this clash. So now this is Keenan. He goes short now to Warren Shillings. And he rumbles his way down to the 40-metre line. Quick play the ball. Back it comes this time now to Redman. He was the orchestrator for the Rosellas last week on Bar TV Sports. They cut out Shillings. Now this is Keenan. Not a bad crowd in. Around 500 to 800 people watching. Back there now to Walker. Goes high to the air. Shillings coming through. Lined up. Jeffrey, didn't he? And absolutely hit him with everything. So they approach their own 20-metre line here. As Simon Williams is over the top along with Keenan again. So Tui's the major sponsor for the Newcastle Rugby League. They have been for many seasons. And where would we be without the support of Tui's? This is Hyde putting in the kick downfield. Callan Richardson collects it on his own 20-metre line here and runs straight into Isaac Briggs along there with Royce Jeffrey. So a bright and sunny afternoon here. Coming out of Lyle Peacock Field. Now this is Daniel Stewart in off the wing. Matt Lantry giving him his opportunity in 2017. Gallen over the top. Always the first player to identify, because that's pretty much, he's always one of 3 or 4 always in there. Supported right there again. There he is there, Gallen. 2 tackles in a row. He's everywhere for the Scorps. Win, lose, or draw. There goes the kick away from Manson. He's got to go away and pick it up. An awkward bounce. He's in goal, and they force him back. We're going to have a goal line dropout here. 3 minutes gone. 0-0 the score between the Macquarie Scorpions and the Western Suburbs Rosellas. And of course, Macquarie Scorpions, they didn't go around last week in the Newcastle Rugby League. They, in fact, were out in Mudgee for the New South Wales Challenge Final. And congratulations to everybody concerned with that tremendous concept, joint venture between the New South Wales Rugby League and the Country Rugby League. The Macquarie Scorpions were able to down Concord Burwood Wolves in that contest to be the champions in its inaugural season. As we see now, Matt Herman, 20 metres out from the line. Redman gives it away now to Keenan. This is Richardson. He takes the line on. Pushed backwards there by Subner and Royce Jeffrey. Now to Williams. Passing through the back line. Shillings. Quick hands. Walker, the captain, goes himself. He picked up a try last week and he's got the first one here today against the Scorpions. They lead 4-0. So we've got a few upcoming events and milestones that we all need to know about in the weeks leading ahead here as we get ready for the replay of this try. Look at this. Just took it to the line, the captain in Ryan Walker, and made it look so simple. And Chris Hyde, all he could do was watch on the first try of the match. So Old Boys Day always brings a big crowd to the shores of Toronto. Also, we have tonight Old Boys Trivia Night, 6:30 p.m. in the Old Boys Shed following the award presentations. $20 administration with dinner provided, drinks available from the Old Boys Bar. That'll be one to look forward to. Just like Sam Keenan's looking forward to potting this over from right in front of the post to give them a converted try lead. He does that. So 6 minutes gone, 6-0. That's a try a minute here on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard. Our producer today, Ben Ross, pushing the buttons along with his pushing the buttons, all right. So Saturday afternoon football. We're back underway. And it's a high kickoff to restart play as Richardson takes them back outside their own 20-metre line. Finally put away there by Subner. Now this is Daniel Stewart. Collected there by Gallen. Now to Herman. Straight into Chris Hyde. They exploit a gap there from dummy half through Redmond. Richardson. Rumbling down to the opposition's 40-metre line. Redmond again. This time he decides to put the boot to the ball. The ever-reliable Mitch Manson at the back, being driven backwards well by Peter Mannion. And also there, the dynamic little 7 in Sam Keenan. This is David Wood for the Scorps. Now to Randall Briggs. Plays it back to Chris Hyde. The NRL rookie from last year on Channel 9. Well, he was up there in the top 3, wasn't he? Chris Hyde. Unlucky not to take out the competition as Royce Jeffrey now runs straight into Peter Mannion. So Western Suburbs giving away their first penalty of the match. Going a little bit tad too high. So they shoot for touch and find it about 30 metres out. So an opportunity now for the Scorpions. We haven't seen them down this end of the field much in the first half. This is Randall Briggs, straight and hard towards the Western Suburbs 30-metre line. Away now to Hyde. Going short now to Isaac Briggs. So 6 points to 0. Live on Bar TV Sports as Gallen works it to the right-hand side of the field, picking up Simon Allen. Wrapped up there by Warren Shillings. Now to Chris Hyde. Back to Gallen. Short ball, Isaac Briggs, but Western Suburbs there were there to save the day. Peter Mannion came down with the football. The scrum will be fed to the Macquarie Scorpions here. 10 metres out from the Western Suburbs line. So we're surrounded by the Western Suburbs coaching staff here today. Matt Lantry in front of us. As we see now, the ball comes back this time to Mitch Manson. Steps, weaves, looks around for support. Can't find any. Quick play the ball. Hyde. This is where they are dangerous from Hyde. Always looking around, distributing the football. This time they work the right again. Hinton. Wrapped up and wrestled into the ground 4 metres out. 10 minutes gone here in the match, trailing by 6, the home side. Gallen. They're stretched to the right of the ground here. That's the way they come. Hyde identifies that Western Suburbs is short out here. Could be a try because there's too short. And the referee, it says yes. Well, you could see that coming, and you're about to see it on the replay too. That Western Suburbs, well, they were just lining up for support to come to their right edge. And the Macquarie Scorpions, as we're about to see here on the Bar TV Sports replay, they identified this quickly through that man. Hyde, giving it away to Subner. He found Jeffrey. And the rest is history. They're on the scoreboard for the first time in this match. And it came in the 10th minute of the fixture. And also came when they were down inside the Rosella's half with a full set of 6 for the first time as well in this match. So kicking duties will rely on that man here. And that's Chris Hyde. Because the Scorpions, sponsor to the Toronto Workers Club, is to lock us up at 6-all. What a kick from the sideline. We've got a ball game. The heavyweights in our premiership. And I guess not just on the field, heavyweights too, but what about the coaching battle off the field as well? We alluded to it throughout the week on Bar TV Sports via Twitter. The battle off the field between Matt Lantry and Adam Bettridge. Well, not much separating either coach nor their side. After 12 minutes of play here on Saturday afternoon rugby league, just gone past the 12th minute mark, as Varvey Eli takes his first touch out to their own 30-metre line. The referee has just seen a tiny knock on there from Briggs. We might be able to have a listen to what he's got to say here. He's not very happy. And Schilling says, no, you just lost it. And Briggs is like, okay, fair enough, but I had to ask. Had to ask. So the scrum. Right on the 30-metre line. Options left. Walker sending it away. Good to see Brad Tye back in the side as Stone gets on with it and takes them down inside the 10. Collected there and brought down by Gallen. So Redmond finding Herman. Back to Redmond. Walker. Dangerous here. Keenan. Richardson on the right of Schillings. They may come left. That's where they hit it up. Gallen again. Redmond. They go short. Macquarie. Scurry to force the error. Well, they scurried in time, and they had to. They had to hit hard and hit well. Demonstrated perfectly there to Adam Bettridge his request, and they've forced the error from Western Suburbs. So let's see what they can do here. Nothing separating these sides. Both of these sides have certainly had their fair share of possession. As Peter Mannion in his 11th year at Western Suburbs. Peter Mannion, first-time father last year. As the Scorps wrestles into the ground there by Ryan Petro. Now to Chris Hyde. Cuts out Gallen. On it comes this time now to Hinton. He offloaded the pass. They're keeping the play moving forward. Gallen again. The glue of the team. The kick straight to Richardson. Richardson away from the first tackler or attempted tackler and runs straight into Hinton. So that's the halfway line. Williams always loves to go for a scamper and takes the shot there of Royce Jeffrey. Stops him in his tracks on his opposition's 30. This is Daniel Stewart in off the wing, giving it back this time to Redmond. And now they set sail on the 5th down to the 30. Redmond again. Here comes the kick from Walker. Positioned themselves perfectly there this time, the Scorps. And that is Thiessen Vivali Eli. So if you just tuned in, there's no Ryan Pyle or Scotty Briggs. Going around for the Scorpions here this afternoon as Cantor gives it back this time to Jeffrey in 8. Taken down there by Stone. Ball's on the ground. Briggs says, I'll go away and collect it and do my best to offload it back to Gallen. They're keeping it alive. Did well there, Manson, to offload the pass. So last tackle now for the Scorps. They'll go high. And Richardson says, you can do that all day. I'll be here to collect the football. And takes it back out to the 30-metre mark. Pullman. Just short of the halfway line. Peter Mannion. 3 to wrestle him into the ground. Sumner was one of them. Now to Stewart. Going across field. Gallen again. So 42 metres out from the opposition's line. Richardson. Second touch in this play. Of course, diffused that high kick 5 tackles ago. Now to Keenan. Going high. Just outside their own 20. Taking it forward now is Rapati. Now to Hyde. Sumner. Back it comes to the 40-metre line. Didn't quite go the way. Our referee intended it to go. So we're going to have a scrum here with 6 all on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard. I was just mentioning earlier, as the crowd is getting a little bit involved here. You can hear the kids in the background coming along to watch their dads out there on the field taking part in this match. Tomorrow, of course, is the Pink Test Day between Central Newcastle and Cessnock, supporting the McGrath Foundation. All 4 of Central's teams will wear pink jerseys, along with a silent auction at the Leagues Club after the games. And next week, of course, is the Indigenous Day. I'll get to that shortly between Souths and Curry. As Keenan, 20 metres out from the Macquarie line. Redmond. Away now to Herman. Ball's gone out the back. Saved right out on the western side. Only just before it went into touch with Stewart. Now to Mannion. Hard and straight into Blake Gallen. Last tackle now for Western Suburbs. Back to Keenan. He's going to run. Now he's trying to look for his winger. His winger's about to come down with it, but he's taken it forward. So a turnover back to the home side here, 10 out from their own line. But they had the right idea there, Western Suburbs, keeping Macquarie guessing all the way to the end of the play. So if you've got a message for both of these sides, hit us up on Twitter. Hashtag Bar TV Sports. That's a 20-metre line as we see Alchin giving it away down to Gallen. They're up quickly and they had to. Brad Tye identified the need and takes Simon Alchin back towards his own goal line, but the referee has said he was going on with it for too long. So they bang the ball into touch and find the goal, well, the touch line, 40 metres out. So 19 minutes remaining in the first half. Hyde cuts out Gallen, the Subner, nice play to the right hand left. Back there now to Subner. This time it comes back to Briggs. Offloads it to Gallen. So Wests go back with our referee. Will they kick? They do. Straight down to Richardson. Bit of a swinging arm, which didn't connect there from Randall Briggs. As Gallen again in the tackle. With his hooker in Hyde. So Mark Tafua, the captain, he's out. Ryan Walker comes into the squad. There's no Tim Holman as well, replaced this afternoon by Luke Poolman. It's Chris Hyde, assisted by Simon Allen. Crowd thinking it could have been a bit late, but no, as Keenan gets back up and gets back on with his job at hand. This is Thiessen Vivavi Eli. Straight into Poolman. So 17 minutes remaining in the first half. This is round 4 of the Newcastle Rugby League. As Hyde goes to Gallen. As the Macquarie Scorpions now go straight through. Randall Briggs back to Sumner. Gone without it. Well, he had their chance, didn't they? But how effective was this? Take a look at this run by Randall Briggs. Luckily, Richardson was there from Western Suburbs. We try and make this coverage as interactive as we can here on Bar TV Sports, and we always encourage the fans to come into the commentary box. I'm just getting word. We've got one of the Macquarie Scorpions fans right now down on the touchline. Let's go down to the touchline and say good day.
Hey Pete, how you going?
Good, mate. How long have you supported the Macquarie Scorpions for?
As long as I can remember. Just a great team. Can't wait to see them win today.
You always come out here in the footy season and support the boys?
As much as I can, yeah. Just when I'm not working.
Yeah, it's always great to have the fans interact with us here on Bar TV Sports. They're the bread and the butter, along with the players, of our competition. We'll try and get a few more fans lined up as this match progresses. This is Peter Mannion down to the halfway line. Now this is Baker. Last tackle now. Keenan. This ball's going to bounce. Back to the Western Suburbs end. They've lost the ball. They've turned it over, and Macquarie come back down with it. 20 metres out from their own line. Well, I think we might have started something here on Bar TV. All the fans are trying to line themselves up down on the touchline for an audience with the World Wide Web. As the Scorps get it to the 30-metre line. Alchin. Here's the kick now from Chris Hyde. He's going to put in the kick downfield. Bounces in between the fullback and the winger. And Stewart's back there on his own 10-metre line. Running straight back into the defensive line, and he's claimed and can't go any further as we see a penalty coming the way to Western Suburbs here. Right on the 10-metre zone. So live and exclusive right here on Bar TV Sports. Got a few more fans down on the touchline that we'd like to introduce you to. This is Brad. He's come all the way from Western Suburbs. How are you, Brad?
Yeah, pretty good, yourself?
Good, mate. You always support the Rosellas?
Yeah, ever since I can remember.
How long are we going back? 20-odd years?
Yeah, about that.
Ever aspired to be a Rosella?
Oh, back in the early days, but I just never had the grunt for it, I don't think.
Fantastic, mate. Well, you have a good day out here at Scorpland. As the Rosellas take it towards the 30-metre line. So 6-all on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard. Back to Keenan. Out wide to Mannion. This is Williams. Williams inside the 20. Subner's over the top. Last tackle now. Where's it going to go now? Comes back to Stewart. He now finds Keenan. He takes the line on. Puts in a kick. Oh, what a catch. Thought we were at the MCG there. Boxing Day Test match. That was an absolute pearler of a catch. And all these kids down on the sideline that are enjoying coming out here today. I guess it's a big thing for their family to say what to do these days. You know, there's a lot of choices around for playing sport, whether it's cricket or rugby league or the world game, football, but it's a friendly affair out here at the Scorpland. And we'll try and interview a few more of the faithful that come out here very shortly. Got about 10 other kids down there lined up, and teenagers all aspiring for bigger and better things in their own careers, just like the players in our Newcastle Rugby League competition, wanting to go on and play at the highest of levels that our game can give them. Of course, the CRL Country Championships have started. Opportunity for the rising stars of the Newcastle Rugby League through pathways to get involved. As Knight is out there this time, giving it back then out to Shillings. Takes the shot on the last. So Chris Knight back away now to Keenan. Manson, he's saying, yes, I'll take it. And take the beautiful shot there by Stewart over the top too, which actually forced him back in goal. So we're going to have a goal line dropout, more pressure coming up for the Macquarie Scorpions. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to come out here. We've got the old boys here today as well. We might be able to have a chat with one of the old boys shortly as well. They're always up for a chat. Actually, I'm just seeing a few coming up into our commentary box now. We'll be able to go to one of the old boys very shortly as the goal line dropout's gone 45 metres on the fly. And Richardson sends it back this time to Baker. And he gets his legs pumping and runs straight into Gallen. And they wrap him up there along with Simon Allen. 21 metres out from the goal line. Comes back there now to Knight. He now finds Walker. He gets it away to Ben Stone. And he's going to be collected and brought down there about 21 metres out from the goal line. We're locked up at 6-all on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard as Walker sends it out the wide. This time now to Keenan. Great ball this time now to Williams. And he's shot there and takes the shot of Jeffrey. 10 minutes gone. Keenan. Within 10 metres. Newcastle Rugby League. Keenan again. Richardson. Good ball. Oh, thought it was a good ball. Didn't quite go their way though. So it comes away this time now to Keenan. He's going to go high to the air. It's anyone's football. Everyone plays at it. It's just a matter of flipping the coin to see who's come down with it. And the referee has said we'll give it back this time to the Macquarie Scorpions. About 10 metres out from their own line. So the tackle count's restarted here. Saturday afternoon football right here on Bar TV Sports. It's always good to be able to have a microphone, ladies and gentlemen, with a long cord, because you can actually tap people on the back in this grandstand and have a chat to everybody, which is great to see. We've got the referees doing a fine job as well. Mate, just quickly, how long have you been doing this for?
About 35 years.
Enjoy it?
Yeah, love it. It's played the game since I was 7, so I've enjoyed what I've been doing, and it's a pleasure to come and see a game like this being played.
As Sumner goes short, turned over, and Sam Keenan picks it up and takes the tackle there of Noble. 40 metres out from their own line. Walker again, been everywhere, hasn't he? As they step back on the inside. And Simon Allen in the tackle. So 8 minutes remaining here on the first half scoreboard as Baker goes short this time. Gallen getting off. Now to Keenan. Away now to Mannion. Wrestled down again by Gallen. We'd like to have $100 each time Gallen gets the ball. He'll be buying a house at Mossman. Up the middle of the field now, within 10 metres of the goal line. Last tackle now for Western Suburbs. Keenan kicks it back to the left-hand side. Richardson runs into Hyde. Ball's in the in-goal area and taken back in goal. And our referee here, he's going to award a goal line dropout here on Saturday afternoon rugby league. And you never know who you might find in the grandstand here. And we've got Paul Arnendale, one of the producers here at Bar TV Sports, doing a great job. He'll be joining us on the microphone very shortly. Paul, you've been coming to the Newcastle Rugby League now for plenty of years. How do you rate this year's competition?
Very close. As close as last year, I reckon. It's going to be even tight one this year.
Ball's gone out on the full though. So an opportunity now, Paul, for Western Suburbs with about 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, they've got to get points here, mate. They've been down here too long. They've been camped down in Macquarie's half for a long time. Only the one try to come out of it. So Coach Matt Lantry will want another one just before half time.
Enjoy your afternoon, mate.
You too, mate.
So decision time now for Western Suburbs, what to do leading into the break. Looks like they're going to be taking the kick from right in front. It is 6-all, so a 2-point buffer leading into the break would be what Matt Lantry is calling for. Here's the kick, looks good. Touch judges raise their flags. So Western Suburbs take lead here by 8 points to 6 on Saturday afternoon rugby league, coming out of Lyle Peacock Field here this afternoon. And if you just tune to the coverage, the Scorpions, New South Wales Challenge Cup premiers last week over the Wolves at Mudgee. So congratulations to everybody here at the club. So Chris Hyde about to kick the leather, kick the air out of this ball. It's gone straight downfield. And when you speak about Gallen one man that springs to mind for Western Suburbs every time he's got the ball this afternoon, of course, that's Peter Mannion, and he'll come into his own any moment now. As we see now, Knight, the only Western Suburbs Rosella out there, sporting yellow fluoro boots. You can hear the kick off Keenan's boot, sending it into the in-goal area. Will it sit? It does sit, and Manson has to play at it and come back. And who was there? The halfback in Sam Keenan. So 4 minutes remaining here. It's a tight battle. Only one try, or only the penalty goal for the difference. There's the Scorps rumbling back forward. So YouTube Live. There goes the kick. It's Richardson. Just turns it away. Richardson, of course, plays in many positions. That was Pillman playing the football. It's the Macquarie Scorpions. Try and shut down the ruck as effective as they can. As Baker comes into his own, probably the most creative hairstyle in our Newcastle Rugby League. Maybe we could start a competition. Who else can be creative moving forward? And we can put a montage of hairstyles together and a lot of montages of good, solid shots. But this time bringing a penalty to the Scorps. I know a lot of the crowd here today, they love coming out here and witnessing the special effects from the shoulder, the big hits, the tackles. And we've got one little kid down on the sideline at the moment that is really loving what he's seeing right now and aspires to be, you were telling me off air, Blake Gallen. One of your childhood heroes is Blake Gallen. This is Ned downstairs. Ned, Blake Gallen, he's playing well, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. It's good.
Yeah. Great to have you here, Ned, on our coverage today. Inside the 30. Ned's about 8 years of age and loves coming out here, watching his childhood heroes. You always find him hovering around the canteen. Loves the singers here. They go down well, he tells me. This is Sumner taking them on. Centre of the field as Knight turns it back to the right-hand side. They're lining up out here, but Western Suburbs so far equal to the task. And a forward pass is finally called here. So Western Suburbs still hanging on as we count down towards half-time here in the Newcastle Rugby League. Western Suburbs with exactly 1 minute left on the clock. Coming off their own line. Oh, good shot. Penalty though, forthcoming. Not back the required 10 metres. So the Rosellas are not going to muck around at all, as demonstrated perfectly by that kick. Find the line. Right on the 40. As Williams takes the tap and gives it on now to Peter Mannion. Doesn't need any introduction when he comes onto the ball, does he, Mannion? Now to Keenan. Walker picked up the first try for Western Suburbs. Came over from the off-season from the Central Newcastle Butcher boys. That's David Dryden. His best mate, Mark Jaffua, no longer out here today. One of the late scratchings for the Rosellas, along with Tim Holman. So that takes us to half time. And West's leading by 8 points to 6. And what we'll do, we'll take a break here and we'll come back with the next 40 minutes right here on Saturday afternoon football. You're listening to the coverage of round 4 of the Newcastle Rugby League. It's half time. It's anyone's clash. Western Suburbs have their nose in front. They lead at the break by 8 points to 6. We'll take a break and we'll be back on the other side with the second half. And we're back here for the second half, right here on Bar TV Sports. This is the Newcastle Rugby League, and this is round 4. Well, it's Old Boys Day here today, and many of the old boys are here, but many aren't as well. And they're watching our live stream down on the south coast. It's one very, very proud old boy on the left-hand side of the screen who got in contact with us throughout the week at Bar TV Sports, and he told us that he's always been here on Old Boys Day, but unfortunately due to circumstances couldn't quite make it to Toronto. So hope you're enjoying the coverage. The Scorps, though, his side down by 2, but early days to go, and no doubt Western Suburbs, they'll be coming out on the field very shortly. Speaking of Western Suburbs, here they come now. Led out by Ryan Walker, their captain. If you just tuned to the coverage, there's no Holman, no Mark Tafua also today. And Luke Thingle in 18 is playing his first ever first grade game clash in his 3rd year at Western Suburbs as well. So congratulations to Luke Single. So we're about to get underway. Matt Lantry just giving his final instructions downstairs in the tunnel to the trainers. And he's about to come back up into his commentary box. And we're about to get underway for the second half. And this is the Newcastle Rugby League, as we see now Wests coming back into their own 20-metre line. Knight. So what do they have to do? Macquarie, well, it's pretty much evenly poised, if you ask me. I don't think Matt Lantry would be that too upset with what he had seen in the first half.
Curry 24, leading Maitland 0.
Curry 24 leading Maitland 0 in our other Newcastle Rugby League match going on this afternoon, as we see a rare mistake to Teeson Varvey Eli in the opening set of 6 that was to be for the Macquarie Scorpions. And this breeze has certainly intensified in the second half here. It's coming behind Western Suburbs in this second 40. As Ryan Walker puts it in and Knight sends it away. Keenan gets it on, and Mannion even does better, finding Richardson, turns it back on the inside. Now this is Williams. Williams away from one, still going Williams, and he runs straight into Chris Hyde. 5 metres out from the line. Knight back there now to Keenan. He steps across field before he's dropped into the ground here. They go again from dummy half. Back there now to Dryden. A stranger to the try line in 2017, David Dryden. Plays it back. Knight giving it away. Walker takes him on and scores. That's his double. And Wests up by a further 4. It's 12 points to 6 on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard. Well, let's start this replay from where it all started. 10 metres out from the Macquarie Scorpions line. And have a look at this. Walker just sliced them to shreds. And in he goes, as I mentioned in the call, for his second try of the afternoon. Picked up a couple of tries last week too. Walker, the captain of this clash today, with Mark Tafua out as well. So we've got now Keenan about to line it up to convert the Walker try. But in the coming weeks, as I mentioned, we've got the Indigenous Day next week. South Newcastle are playing Curry. First grade will wear specially designed jumpers to honour that important day. On the 21st of May, we've got the Western Suburbs Old Boys Day when they tackle Central Newcastle. Now, this is one not to be missed if you're around for this one. Here's the kick, wave. Oh, he's got it. What a kick from the sideline. Monday, the 22nd of May, we've got the Old Boys function at West New Lambton at 6 p.m. The Western Suburbs Old Boys, the current players and officials are all welcome for the dinner. And there's a plethora of guest speakers and refreshments to go hand in hand on that day. So put that in your diary. That's Monday, the 22nd of May, the Old Boys functions at West New Lambton at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, we launch into the 27th of May. Maitland Pickers are taking on Cessnock. Now, this is the Harry Hoffman Memorial Game, the third annual Memorial Day for Harry, as we know, passed away in 2014. So that's the Harry Hoffman Memorial Game, Saturday, the 27th of May, round 6 of the Newcastle Rugby League, when the Maitland Pickers take on the Cessnock Goannas, the third annual Memorial Day for Harry, who passed on in 2014. As Western Suburbs now hit it up again through David Dryden. Last tackle now for the Rosellas. They're going to run it here. Mannion, quick hands, away this time now to Williams. He's down the touch line. He's still going. They come from behind to lasso him into the ground. That was Subner over the top, and Briggs comes away with the ball 20 metres out from their own line. A little bit of razzle-dazzle here in the Newcastle Rugby League. In 15 is Brad Russell. In 12, this is Simon Allen. Always pivotal for the Scorps. Always knows where to pop up when least expected. Been with the club for many a year. As Subner pumps the ball away from Callan Richardson and finds the line 10 metres out from the Rosellas line. So 14 points to 6 here in the Newcastle Rugby League. Great to have everybody in attendance here today. Referees are doing a good job. And of course that's backed up by a number of the referee officials who we're surrounded by, doing a brilliant job. Only in a way they know how to officiate our great game of Newcastle Rugby League. So the Scorpions will be third year lucky for them as we head on down into the last Sunday of September. Actually, it's a Saturday this year. I think it's been confirmed. The Newcastle Rugby League being switched from a Sunday to a Saturday. That, of course, is backed up by the upcoming events and milestones in our program. It's down still for the 23rd of September, grand final day at McDonald Jones Stadium. And don't forget, corporate and VIP packages are available. Great day had by all. For the last 2 seasons that we've played our grand final at the home of the Newcastle Knights and the Newcastle Jets. 3 o'clock in the program on the 23rd of September, grand final day at McDonald Jones Stadium. Isaac Briggs straight into Baker. The last tackle now. 8 minutes gone, second half. Richardson going away to collect it. Bends down, picks it up. He's got the welcoming reception committee in front of him to take him into the ground, led, of course, by Brad Russell. So nothing much in it. Tight affair. 8-point ball game. Mannion straight into the lush turf here today. Curator's done a tremendous job in the off-season. A lot of football, junior soccer being played here these days at Lyle Peacock Field, but it's got up to a fantastic standard. That's out to the 30-metre line they come now, and the defence is strong, led, of course, by Daniel Stewart. 14-6. As you can see our clock ticking over to the 9th minute of play here in the fixture. Our live stream fixture, our match of the round. Our first Saturday afternoon rugby league clash this year as we see Subner kicking. A little bit of weight on that ball, and Richardson, he's been sandwiched there. With all of his experience, he gets back up and carries on as we see now Luke Pullman, Keenan, Mannion, palming. Isaac Briggs in the tackle, along with Hyde. Comes away now to Baker. Says, give me the ball, and I'll do my best. And he takes it to the 40. Knight, Keenan. Chance here for Williams to link up with Stewart. But Stewart has to see the ball go in the touch and hits the Dora Creek Workers signage over there on the bounce. The scrum packing down. One of our producers here at Bar TV is from out this part of the world, Pablo. Oh, look at this. This is why he's out there in this part of the world. He loves to tackle like this. You should see him in the studio. Tackling Ben Ross, who is our producer here today from Charlestown. Giving us these pictures in the only way he knows how, of pressing these buttons to make it authentic as we can get it. As the Scorpions now through Subner takes them on, as we take you right in towards the position of the field where they're attacking. That's Randall Briggs on the ground, picked up by Knight, spins it away inside the 10. Wrapped up by Walker. Hyde again. Switches it back to the left. Isaac Briggs. Basketball passes out the back. They're keeping alive. Juggled. Kick off the boot of Randall Briggs. Picked up by Richardson at the back, and he diffuses the situation, and he's back out to the 10-metre line. Very good work there by Richardson. Now this is Warren Shillings. That was very quick as Mannion stopped in his tracks there by Hyde. Scooting from dummy half now is their elusive number 4, their centre 3/4, and Simon Williams. So 13 minutes gone in the second half as we see Daniel Stewart takes a run and loses the ball. Well, they're giving an opportunity, aren't they? They're allowing the home side to come back into this match. But the home side there have just spoilt their own party. The candles went out quickly, just as quick as they went on there. So a scrum forming as we see it here on the Bar TV Sports instant replay. It's Isaac Briggs there, gave it away, as you can see, to Subner, who popped it up there to Jordan Noble. But if we keep this rolling, the ball comes free as he was trying to get up there, Jordan Noble, to play it back. So 26 minutes remaining in the second half here. The Tui's Newcastle Rugby League as Walker. Always pivotal, always a hard runner of the football. He's the communicator out there when Mark Tafua is not out there. Tafua isn't out there today. He's a late scratching. There's Walker again, giving a quick ball away to Ty, sending Pullman down to the 20. Brad Ty, former National Rugby League player with the Gold Coast Titans. That's Stone. Hard to put down. 8 out. Knight in the headgear. Now to Shillings. Walker up quickly on him. Did a 360 there, Walker. Last tackle. Good roll forward here. Keenan kicking high. Taken away by Subner. It's played at. Richardson throws a speculator out the back. Subner's come away with it. And Macquarie pounce on the ball and come up with it 30 out from their own line. 25 minutes left in this match in the second half. This is Saturday afternoon Rugby League on the home of big time sport, Bar TV Sports. This is our 4th year live streaming the Newcastle Rugby League. It all started 4 seasons ago. Can you believe that? Doesn't time fly? The first grand final that was live streamed, of course, was from the iconic #1 sports ground. And of course, McDonald Jones Stadium. It's been the venue ever since. And on that day, back in 2014, Western Suburbs were taking on the Cessnock Goannas, coached back then by Craig Barney Miller. Many a premiership with Western Suburbs under Barney. Now leading the charge in the coaching department with Central Newcastle Butcher Boys. And good luck to him in his endeavours, doing good things out there at Central. Referee may go the other way with a penalty. He does here. Shillings just going over to ask the question. So they're giving them opportunities, aren't they? They're inviting them inside their own half. Let's see if they can turn the attack into points this time around. As Cantor giving it away now to Gallen. 10 metres out from the sticks. Hyde. Alchin. Within a metre. Chris Hyde again in a dummy half. Back to Gallen. Subner. Briggs. Hyde. He's in a dummy half. Ball's out the back. Hinton kicking. Varvey Eli coming through, but the ball's gone over the dead ball line. Well, they had the right idea. But luckily for Western Suburbs, it was Brad Ty that was out here to clean it up for Western Suburbs. So 22 minutes remaining. Hanging on to an 8-point lead. Still hitting hard in the tackle there on Luke Pullman. Knight. Goes short to Petro. Knight again. This time, Callan Richardson comes in from his fullback position and takes a piggyback effort there from Royce Jeffery as they charge their way through the middle. Here's space. 35 metres out. Quick play the ball. Walker. They're up quickly on Brad Ty and take the NRL Titan. Had that as a former name tag before coming into the Newcastle Rugby League last year from the Gold Coast Titans, playing his second-year tie with Western Suburbs as Walker finds Keenan. There's the chasers coming through, but diffused nicely at the back now by the Macquarie Scorpions. And Callan Richardson takes David Wood one-on-one tackle into the ground. Subner charging back out to the 30-metre line. Hyde looking to come Manson's way. Ryan Walker, the captain, takes him into the ground. Now Nathan Cantor. They're about to hit the halfway line as Baker drops off along with Petro. Short ball comes now to Gallen, gives it off with the boot of Subner onto the left boot. It's a wobbly old kick and it's heading towards the touch line. Will it go into touch? The touch judge says it has. Signals it has with his yellow fluoro yellow flag. So we'll be seeing a scrum slowly forming here on the 20-metre line. Everyone's in here today at Lyle Peacock Field, the young and the older, enjoying their Newcastle Rugby League fix on a Saturday afternoon. It's no better afternoon out here on the lake than coming out here to support the Macquarie Scorpions. It's Old Boys Day. Shots like these just signal how important it is to the community. This lady has been knitting Macquarie souvenir stuff for many a year, knitting the scarves, and there she is now doing her best. And a lot of the fans out here, doesn't matter how they get here, they always try and support the side. Never giving up an opportunity to come out. And everybody loves a picnic too out here on the lake. And they always love to come out here with their fold-up chairs, with their tables, and have a picnic down on the touch line. Just like this. Well spotted crew. Doing a great job. Ben Ross, our director, picking out the necessities that go into big-time rugby league. It's family day here. It's Old Boys Day. Tiny knock on here. With 20 minutes remaining. So a few unforced errors creeping into the Rosella's game here in this second half. Don't think Matt Lantry would be liking what his side is allowing Macquarie to do, and that is to get possession. And there's the juniors looking on from the Scorps. They're all here. The future stars of first grade on screen there. Picturesque ground to come to too. And now we have many of those in our Newcastle Rugby League. I mean, you know, you go around country rugby league grounds and not a lot of country rugby league grounds have the privilege to play on fine, lush surfaces that our Newcastle Rugby League players play on. Just have a look at how grassy this lush turf is here today. The Lake Macquarie Council do a tremendous job making sure this playing surface is in its peak. And Macquarie are able to perform in their peak when they throw the ball around like this and keep the opposition guessing. Hinton Still going. Back to Gallen. Out the ball comes. Was that a tiny knock on? Referee says he doesn't think so. That's Chrissy Hyde. Finding Alchin. 8-point ball game. Hyde. Subner. They're up quickly on him. They had to. He offloaded the pass. There's a chance. Back. They're trying to score, and they do. They're back, the Scorpions. Chris Hyde. Well, that all came from unforced errors. They're just putting the pressure on them, aren't they? They're putting pressure on themselves, Western Suburbs. And that's what happens. When you put that pressure on yourself, the opposition will crack you. It's only a matter of time. And it was only a matter of time here when they got this try to Chris Hyde. They're coming back. 17 minutes remaining. Everyone is loving what they're seeing from the home side. The fans on the touchline love it. And we've got Ben on the sideline, one of the long-time supporters of the Macquarie Scorpions. Mate, your side, they were always in the grind, but they're getting them way back in the match.
Yeah, I always knew they were going to get back in the game. No doubt in my mind at all.
How confident are you that they can go on from here?
I reckon it'll be tight, but I've always got faith. Always support my Scorp, so hopefully they can get this kick in and kick the West.
Whilst there's light, there's hope.
Obviously.
And the hope comes with this kick. Raising the flags. We've got a rugby league game. Saturday afternoon football. 2-point ball game. Chris Hyde was able to convert his own try, taking the score to Macquarie. Trailing now only by 2, 14 points to 12, with 16 nail-biting minutes to go. So Matt Lantry. Nervous, and Bettridge. Well, his side's coming home with a late spurge. This is Alchin. Knight gets off. This game humming away quite nicely here. The try scorer and the man that booted his conversion is about to pick up the ball right now. Goes from dummy half. This is where he can come into his own. Linking up with support. And now they're about to break free. Nice tackle on Jeffrey by Richardson. They cut out Gallen. Away to Subner. That's Hinton. Flicks it out the back. Gallen. He charges towards the goal line. He got it out the back to Simon Allen. He's lost the football. And Shillings picks it up, and Gallen says, I'll come back and knock you into the ground. As I made that mistake. Can't fault any footballer losing the ball trying, can you? This is it on the replay. Check this out. It was a nice pass, wasn't it, to Simon Allen from Gallen. Mannion. Straight into Gallen again. 40-metre line. Brad Tye giving the pass out the back door, and they're going to put it in between fullback and the winger, and Thiessen Vavavi Eli. That's him. Rounded up. Swooped on by Redmond. And Ben Stone. Stone in there again with Chatty Redmond. Now this is Mitch Manson passing it away, this time to Alchin. And he rolls it towards halfway. 13 minutes remaining. Back to Simon Allen. This will bring a penalty to the fans' delight. And they're not going to waste any time at all as Chris Hyde puts boot to the ball and sends it flying in towards touch. So the pendulum, it's swinging. Swinging towards Wests thus far. But is it swinging back the other way with the team with the football? And that is Alchin within a metre. Gallen on the right of Hyde. Gallen's got it. He'll score from here. You can put your $1 million house on it. Doesn't matter where it is in the world, that Blake Gallen will score a try from there. And he has. They're back in front. 16-14, kick the cut. There he is there. 13, Gallen gets it. And have a look there at Nathan Cantor celebrating with Simon Allen. That's the try scorer, centre of the screen. We've been mentioning him for the entire 68 minutes thus far. Blake Gallen. I don't think we've ever watched a match where he hasn't inspired a Macquarie side when it's a tight battle. And he just continues to do it. An inspirational leader, Blake Gallen. We'd love to have a Blake Gallen in every side in Newcastle Rugby League. You'd probably like to have a Blake Gallen, well, you would like to have a Blake Gallen in any rugby league side that you're a fan of or that you're a coach of. Just wears his heart on his sleeve. It's a badge of honour. So it's 18-14. That pendulum favouring the home side with 11 to go. So we're back underway. 11 minutes remaining. Who will come out victors? Western Suburbs. Too many errors inside their own half. Hyde. Passing it away to Nathan Cantor. 10 metres in from that Western touchline. Hyde saying, I would have liked to have preferred to get it a lot quicker than that. But he's got his chance now to get a quick play the ball back to him this second time around. Passes it away to Subner. Giving it out wide this time to the Scorps to hit the last tackle. It's come back to Hyde. Could be 6 more. Tackle counts restarted. Possession. Swinging back the Scorpions' way. Here's Gallen again. He's about to come into it. Hinton. Allen. Now this is Matt Jeffrey. 10 metres away. Leading by 4. Hyde. Hinton. Nathan Cantor. Flicks it out the back. Manson collected and wrapped up there by Pullman. 10 out. Saturday Rugby League is Gallen, the last try scorer. Finally flung down there by Single, playing his first grade match here this afternoon as the kick goes in towards the dead ball line and over it. So Western Suburbs, they're in a rush here. And they need to be, with only 8.5 minutes remaining on our Saturday afternoon Rugby League scoreboard. Trailing by 4 as Knight gets us back underway. Always doing what a hooker should do. Looking around left, right and centre. He's not afraid to make the metres from dummy half, is he, Knight? Just like most of the men around him. That was Williams. Away now to Herman. Offloading at will. So 42 metres out here on Saturday afternoon football. Penalty comes to Western Suburbs. So they're just having a committee meeting out here west to decide what is in their best interests. And Sam Keenan says, well, let's bang it into touch and dint a car about 35 metres out from the line. Nobody's been injured in that car dint. Just a bit of pride for the bonnet. Inside the 20. It's a Saturday afternoon Newcastle Tooheys Cup Rugby League. As Knight heads to the left-hand side of the field. Back to Walker. Walker. Wrapped up, quick play the football. Brad Tye giving it away, inching their way closer. They're only 5 metres out now. Knight trailing by 4 here. Back to Keenan. He's going to kick. Walker's coming through. Gallen saves the day. But it quite could have easily been the Walker show there if it came off. But it didn't because of that man there, Gallen. Coming off for a well-earned rest after that effort. With 7 minutes to go. Time off. Trouble. Is that Randall Briggs? There it is. Just making sure he's okay, our referee. To roll it back between his legs with a touch of the stud. Crowd saying, get him on side. To our wide shot. They are on side, as you can see there. There's the kick. Away from Walker. Coming away to collect it on his own line. The 5/8. And they're lifting, aren't they? Real sense of intensity being shown by the Scorps. And real signs of frustration coming into it for the Rosellas. Let's have a look at the tiniest of knock-ons, but enough to send the coach Greyer. Done well, the Scorps, to get themselves back into this match. It was 8-6 at half-time. Western Suburbs extended the margin, but the Scorps, never say die attitude, has got them to where they are, positioned on the scoreboard as Sumner! 5 metres out. Manson. So Gallen's off the field for a well-earned break as they go for a dig from dummy half. Hyde. He's close, isn't he, as you can see there. Baker holds him up along with Single. Noble. They're spinning their way down. Within 2 metres. Hinton. Walker. Over the top. Quick play the ball. Hyde. Held up. Five minutes remaining. Round 5 of our competition next week sees the Macquarie Scorpions taking on Cessnock and the Rosellas will do battle with the Central Newcastle Butcher Boys. Four points. There's still time. Who are they looking for? That's the question. Who's going to get them outside of this area? So Wests, they will get the scrum feed here. Time off. We stop the clock. with 4 minutes 21 remaining here on Saturday afternoon. Newcastle Rugby League is high. It's just getting a one-on-one conversation here under the jurisdiction of John Taylor, assisted today by Dylan Clark and Brendan Callender. And if you'd like to advertise your business in the program, contact Pam at pfranklin@newcastlerl.com.au. A few spots still available in the program for your business. Your business supporting our Newcastle local rugby league. Thanks to Tui's as Knight within 35 metres of the goal line of the sticks as Walker tries to create individual brilliance. Well, he's always trying, he's always thinking. Can't underestimate that. That's Manson to the 30-metre mark. Three minutes to go. .45 out. Harvey Eli. Being told by our referee to go back where I call held. The crowd always in their delight, always bringing their binoculars. And I'll tell you what, the images through those binoculars right there would have been high quality, because he would have seen that ball going to touch 10 metres out. And this is where you'll also see, as we try and go back to our man with the binoculars, where this scrum will be packing down 10 metres out from the west line. Time off here, only with 2 minutes to go. So Western Suburbs right on the goal line. I've actually got the grandson of the man with the binoculars there. Does Poppy always bring these binoculars to the game, mate?
Yeah, it helps him see the rest of the game.
He enjoys it. That's the main thing. This is Jeffrey. Chris High. Finding Noble. Trying to steal the ball off him. Chris Hyde. Here he is again. Look out for him. All year. An absolute weapon for the Scorps. Along with Subner and Gallen. They've got strike power pretty much right across the field, haven't they, the Scorps? That's why they're one of the favourites for our title this year, along with Western Suburbs. Cantor, Varley Eli, claimed and brought down last tackle. Western Suburbs will have one last throw of the dice here. They've got to go 90 metres. Can they do it? This is Herman finding Brad Ty. I think Brad Ty, we need to see him more involved with Western Suburbs. A lot of passing out of dummy half and hit-ups, but we know how lethal he can be when he is dangerous. You've only got to watch highlight reels of his National Rugby League days to know how effective he can be, Brad Ty. The Western Suburbs, they're not done yet. 30 seconds to go. Over the top there was Jeffrey. Western Suburbs just short of the halfway line. Keenan gives it away now to Walker. Walker comes out wide. Williams straight into Manson. 14 seconds to go. Walker to the cheers of the crowd. Sending it away. Stone 2 seconds to go. Stone, does he realise that? Walker, backer comes out to Ty, he goes across field, pops the ball out the back, they're keeping it alive. Back there now to Pillman, and he takes a tackle, and it's all over. The siren goes in the background, and Macquarie, they've come back to defeat Western Suburbs. Full time, 18-14, here in round 4 of the Tooheys Newcastle Cup. Old Boys Day, and we'd like to thank everybody for coming out, supporting them. The old, the young, the old boys, the faithful. A fantastic day once more to be a Scorp. There's the old boys in full song. They're winding the clock back 20 years ago to when they were playing in first grade. So on this jovial note, we'll leave you with the old boys singing here, and we'll be back next week for round 5 of the Tooheys Newcastle Cup. Until then, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers for tomorrow, and we'll be back next week for the Tooheys Newcastle Cup.